We just pretend it's Monday. It's hey everybody, it's Monday. Happy Monday.
Happy 5/18. 5/18? Happy 5/18. We're gonna cut that, right? Do we edit these? I don't.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the arcade. John, I think we have our first episode today ever.
Did you just start the whole damn thing over again? Run it back.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of the arcade. You excited, John?
Oh, I'm excited. Are you excited, Danny?
I'm super excited. We have a lot of content, but this one will be our first episode.
The very first one of many, I'm assuming. I'm hoping. Of many.
This is probably our only episode. So what did we play, John?
Out of space.
Out of space.
Out of space.
Can you tell me what Out of Space was all about?
It's a tale as old as time, Danny. I'm glad you asked. It's two people or four trying to live together in harmony in an apartment, on a spaceship, and then aliens.
I can tell that you're winging this.
Yeah.
Should we just look it up, bro? It's been awkward.
It's been awkward.
This is probably our 19th take already.
Yeah.
And
We've been at this for probably about 3 hours.
It's been bad. I mean, let's just get to it. What did we play, John?
We played Out of Space.
Out of Space. Now, for anybody coming in, tuning in, they're probably like, what is Out of Space? What is Out of Space, John?
Well, I'm glad you asked. So Out of Space it's a co-op online game where essentially you play as roommates living on a spaceship. Now, the problem is that there are aliens that have infected this spaceship, and through different strategies and different ways of communicating together, you've got to defeat those aliens and get that spaceship clean.
That was a beautiful, beautiful summary of what the game is.
I try my best.
I don't know how you did it, because I mean, I've been struck. That was really good. Can we get a round of applause for? Is that how that works? Can they clap for us?
I don't. Do they clap? I don't.
So I thought it was a pretty fun game, John.
I did. I enjoyed it immensely. There's a lot of unique things, which is not a great way to explain it, but a lot of unique things that you had to do in the game. You've got to manage your sleep, you've got to manage your hunger, and all while these aliens continue to come at you over and over and over again. So it's a constant resource management, I would say.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. It was like the typical work together game with the chaos, but it kind of brought in like survival mechanics, like what you would see in Raft, or you would see in any game where you have to build and sleep and eat.
Yeah, and where you start with almost nothing, right? And then as you continue throughout or progress throughout the level or throughout the game, not only are you getting more currency or whatever the case may be to purchase the things that are needed, but actually throughout the game, depending upon the achievements that you're doing, you're unlocking things that you can then buy in later levels. So that was kind of a helpful thing that at least made me want to continue to play it.
Yeah, I really appreciated how it started really hectic, like any Survivor game where you really struggle to figure out, all right, how do I keep myself fed? How do I get my sleep in time without getting overwhelmed by the aliens? And they did a really good job of, having a nice little shop.
Right. And based upon what you do with those aliens or as you're cleaning up, it gives you different dollar denominations, and you can use those to buy items in the shop that will further push your progress. So whether it be a better sleeping apparatus like a bed, or whether it be something called a macro wave where you can cook those aliens and those pumpkins to give you kind of a little bit more of a fed bonus, so you don't have to eat as much or as often, so you can really focus on kind of cleaning the spaceship, which is really one of the main goals, I would say, is getting that spaceship completely clean. Not the only one, but one of them.
I mean, I think that is the main goal, right? I mean, you got to clean up all the rooms, and then you have to light it up
with the battery.
And if you light all the rooms up, you win.
Right.
But I mean, it sounds easy when you say it,
right,
but it was actually extremely challenging.
And we failed like, what would you, probably 4 or 5?
I don't think we won until we played like our 6th game.
Right.
And yeah, I feel like I haven't been challenged like that in a while. And
yeah.
And like the best part of, like, I think the craziest part about it is it's overwhelming in the sense of, if you make one misstep, it could be a really big mistake and it could just lead you down a hole, and you pretty much lose the game.
Well, and that's what I did kind of appreciate with it, is the one misstep wasn't all the time easily recovered. So it really did catalyst into, I mean, pretty much a crap show into there's aliens all over the place. Now you've got to start almost from scratch, because these aliens will not only infest rooms that you've already cleaned, but they will also destroy your resources. So those batteries that you're using to light up those rooms, if you let them up to their own devices, well, that whole thing is gone. So now you've got to re-get the batteries, rebuy it again, get the money, and kind of really go through step by step once more.
Yeah, it's like a constant game of like tug of war.
Yeah.
So like if you're not managing the rooms quick enough, they kind of just bleed through the door, and then you'll start losing more and more rooms.
Yeah.
And then it just gets out of hand.
Or out of space.
And basically, if you don't have the communication,
and you didn't.
I feel like you didn't.
No, you opened doors randomly. My favorite quote of the night, viewers, YouTube, I still don't know what to call them. My favorite quote of the night is, "I just wanted to see what was in there."
Are we gonna start this again?
You didn't talk very well.
I'm trying to cut this video, and you want to bring up the communication issues again.
They're probably gonna see it. It was a nightmare.
No, they're not gonna see anything. If they're gonna see anything, they'll see how shitty you did.
You threw a mop off the back of the ship several times.
It had goo on it.
It had notes. Overall, though, I think
you just need to lock it up.
Stop.
You just need to lock it up.
Yeah, we had good communication, right?
Yeah, we did awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we came up with a lot of, like, I feel like we came up with some really unique strategies to get this done.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, I doubted your strategy from the beginning.
I do.
But it did.
I can roll that back.
It did. It did pay off dividends.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, do you want to tell them? I came up with it. I feel it's only fair that you tell everyone.
Sure. So here's the strategy. You get into the game, and you got one room that's not necessarily powered, but there's all these other corridors and all these other rooms. And in order to get to them, there's a couple of things that you've got to do. You have got to get the goo out of the way, whether it be with water or with the mop or what have you. So the strategy was run through all the rooms, get whatever resources that you can that are randomly placed in these rooms, and bring them to the front. That way you save money in the long run from buying things from the shop. And I think it worked out really well when we started doing that towards the bigger levels towards the end.
We found the water robot, which was a game changer, I feel, for the beginning when we're starting up.
Yeah.
And it's like having a third person just fill water for you.
Which is really nice, because you utilize the water to actually get rid of some of the goo on some of the doors or in some of the actual rooms themselves as you continue to move through the spaceship.
Yeah. We had the exercise bike.
Yeah. So there's an exercise bike where you can actually pedal to I guess, increase your currency without really going anywhere. So we did that a lot on that medium-sized map. We kind of just sat there in that first room and essentially farmed money for a little bit. And that gave us I feel like a leg up, really, on buying one of our other strategies, which was the third and fourth bucket.
Yes. I feel like our communication was just really spot on.
Yeah.
When we started doing the water buckets. I mean, you started stealing the water buckets with our system,
Sure.
but we started figuring it out.
Right.
But basically, you leave a water bucket where the spout is, and it always fills. You get a second bucket, a third bucket, and you just run by, push the button, and you instantly get water.
Yep.
Which is great. You don't have to stand there and wait for the water to fill, and you just have we just have a bucket getting filled all the time. And that definitely saved time, because I feel like there was like seconds mattered, which is like going back to like the things that you can buy, a couch versus a bed, was a big difference on whether or not you could get up and get the eggs off of the wall and basically lose a room if you didn't do it.
Yeah. So I think you're absolutely right. Those seconds do count because they add up, and one room goes, then another room goes, and before you know it, it's basically like you started from scratch.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. I did not expect to play it as much as we were playing it.
No.
We played it for a long time. We like, once we opened up the medium spaceship, that was,
I feel like we could have gone all night. I mean, if I'm
I
being
think
honest,
we could.
Yeah.
I think if our recordings didn't, like, as my recording died, and so we're like, oh, we can't keep playing.
Right.
But we kind of did keep playing for a little bit, and I had a lot of fun. I did not expect the levels to be 30 to 45 minutes. That may have just been us being bad.
Right.
But
I didn't either.
I don't think it was.
Now, a thing about the levels is they are not all the same. They are procedurally generated. So each level
Yes.
is a little bit different. Room layout is a little bit different. Where the starting items are in different rooms, a little bit different. So it's very, is it roguelite, I guess, where everything's a little bit different each time?
Roguelike? I mean, yeah, I get
Kind
I
of.
mean, procedural generation, it happens in rogues a
Yeah,
lot.
so-
Yeah. I'll give him that. That's a good point, right? That's a good point. That's a good point.
Who are you talking to?
All the YouTube viewers.
Oh, yeah.
If you like this video, hit the like. No, we're not there yet.
Oh.
We're not ready to wrap it up yet.
No.
But then we'll sell them hard on the like, subscribe, and notification bell.
Yeah, and comment down below. I feel like I've never done this before. Is it
The
am I
comment
doing
down
this
below
right?
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to make sure I do it so the microphone's not in the way.
Is it? Comment down below.
I don't know.
I would, if you have 4 friends or more than 2, we didn't try it with more than 2, obviously, but I don't know. I don't know, obviously, if it would be easier or more difficult. The more I think about it, the way that we had those rooms set up, sometimes it was a bit of a one-way corridor in there with all the different items that were in there. So it could lay another layer of challenge with trying to all kind of move around the same room. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I don't know if 4 friends would make it harder or easier.
I don't know.
To be honest.
Here's the thing.
Because that's more mouths you have to feed. That's more.
Yeah. Well, we don't have 4 friends, so we'll never know. But
No.
I mean, if you do, then by all
I mean, that's why it's a co-op channel.
right? Not a 4-op. Nope. What
4-op?
is that?
Menage a
No.
trois?
I would give this game. Well, before we do the rating, should we tell them what it is? Should we break down the rating system?
I mean, I think this is your idea. You go with it.
All right, this is the arcade. As we all know, back in the old school arcades, there were games that were 1 quarter, games that were 50 cents, games that were 3 quarters, $1.50. I don't know how high we're going after this. Maybe $1.50 is the limit. I would give this game probably about 75 cents to $1. 3 to 4.
You'd pay 75 cents to play this game.
Huh? I think so.
And you'd go back. You keep pumping in 75 cents.
Well, in my mind, they were lives.
Oh, there's lives.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's 1 quarter, 1 life.
Okay.
Have you ever been to the arcade?
Nope.
2 weeks later.
So you've got 1 quarter, 2 quarter, 3 quarters, all the way up to $1. And I think that's where we're going to keep kind of the 1 out of 4 or 1 quarter out of 4. And I would give this probably 50 cents. I'd play this for 50 cents.
50.
Yeah.
I like 50 cents. We don't want to go too high for our first episode. We could be like, this is $1 because
Yeah. Right.
I mean, the Holy Grail has been found at that point.
No, yeah. Why are we doing what we're doing then?
Yeah, I'll do 50 cents. Maybe 50 cents. Both people get to play.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I
It
like
was
it.
a great
It
game.
was a good game.
I'll play it again. I'll play it again.
I mean, do you want to play it now?
I'm glad you figured out. Be right back.